Hello everyone, welcome again back to our class that is Introduction to Spaces. So till now we have completed 27 practicals and further practicals we will be completing now. Now in the before practicals we have seen that the number of samples were at least two, that is for Z test, T test or F test. So what in the case if the samples are more than two? So for that, we need to use this word, the test called as ANOVA test. So basically using it or computing it using SPSS, let us know what is mean by this ANOVA. So basically ANOVA means analysis of variance. That will help you to find in any survey or experiment the results are significant or not. Now, this ANOVA was put forth by Sir Ronald Fisher in 1920. Now, what this actually ANOVA does or what it will help you, that is, it will help you to determine whether there is any differences arises between the means, computed means of two or more independent or unrelated groups. Means if you are taking three samples from three different population and you are calculating the sample mean for each sample, then what is the differences or how this means for each sample are different from each other is given by the ANOVA test. So basically here we are analyzing the variance between the means of these samples or groups which we draw from the different populations. So these samples are what? Independent of each other. Nextly, this ANOVA test is used when there are minimum three rather than two groups. If there are two groups, we can go for Z test or T test. Or if it is more than two, if we need to analyze for three or more groups, then we are going for ANOVA test. Now, basically, this ANOVA test was arised from agriculture research. Okay, in agriculture research, what we are doing is we are going to uh, see what is the effect of fertilizers or type of soils on the output of that agriculture. So in this case the ANOVA was used, but today further it is used in biomedicals, economics, psychology and other fields of research. So it has been a very much important to know what is this ANOVA or how we can analyze this variance between the different groups. So for this, what are the assumptions? Firstly, it should be normal. That is, whatever the sample from each population you are giving, if from each population you are taking, it should be normally distributed. Nextly, the sample should be independent of each other. Like if you are having three different population and you are drawing sample from those three different population, each sample should be independent. Okay. So this is the main assumption of ANOVA. Nextly, you should have two or more categorical variable. Like we can say the gender and the their preferences of color. Gender and the preferences of color, these are two categorical variable we can analyze to understand the customers we can say willingness to buy. So this is what and simple example how this sample should be independent. Nextly, there should be variance should be what? Equal. Means what? uh, the samples whatever you have drawn, their variance should be equal. Okay, we are going to test here whether the means are different or not, but the variance should be equal. This is the again one more assumption. Nextly, your dependent variable should be either interval or ratio. That is, your dependent variable should be what? Continuous variable, and independent can be nominal. Now here I have make a note that of post hoc test. What this post hoc test does is it will help you to determine where actually the difference exists. Means we are testing the sample means. Now once we have tested sample means for each sample, where actually this difference exists is given by what? Post hoc test. This is a simple term you can remember while doing practical. we are going to see it further while we are doing practical. Okay, this is what some of the assumptions of ANOVA. Now, how can we test the hypothesis in ANOVA? So, here what we can write the H naught is mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3 and so on till mu k. Okay, means here there are k populations and mu is represented as population of this mean. Now here the H naught states that all these population means are equal or there is no any variations between the means of these groups which are drawn from the population. That is our basic null hypothesis in ANOVA. Nextly, what will be the alternative hypothesis? Alternative hypothesis is not here that mu1 is not equal to mu2 or mu3. It doesn't mean that all the population means should be different. Here the condition is that at least one of the population mean is different or there is variation between at least in one of the pair or one of the population mean, then we can reject this null hypothesis. Okay, so this is a basic how we are going to test hypothesis in ANOVA. Now we will be clearing with this example. Let's take an example of 3 schools. School 1, School 2, School 3. Now taking the schools, we are going to analyze whether the test scores from each of this school is same or not. So analyzing each school, each students from this school is not possible. It is a heavier task. It is a time consuming and money consuming task. So for this purpose, what we do is we are going to draw the sample. So from each school, we are drawing sample as sample 1, sample 2 and sample 3. Now representing this, we are knowing now here that school 1, school 2 and school 3 are 3 different or independent population. And sample 1, sample 2 and sample 3 are independent samples from each of the school. Now representing this, that is why we are analyzing variances between the school using ANOVA, we are going to calculate is what mean. So population mean how we represent is by mu1 and the sample mean what we calculate from sample is will be representing by x1 bar. Similarly for school 2 mu2 x2 bar. Similarly for school 3 x3 and x3 mu3 and x3 bar. So this is how you will be computing. Now, how we can analyze? For this, if we take 10 students as a sample from each school. Now here I have taken for example 10 students, but it can be 10 or more than 10. That is the sample size differs, how the population differs. Okay, so we can calculate sample size based on the population. So it is not same in each of the case, it can be different also. So when we are now here, I have taken 10 students from each school. Now here the two cases arises. One case is that when we are calculating the sample mean from each school, we are getting it 81, 80 and 80.5. Now these value or these averages from each sample are somehow nearer to each other. Then what about the hypothesis? This will be cleared from the case 2. You can see here, if I have calculate here the sample mean for each sample, it is 81, 30 and 105. You can see here there is a greater variation in the means compared to the case 1. So in the case 1, we are going to accept the null hypothesis, and in the case 2, we are going to reject the null hypothesis. That means the average test scores are not same in each of the school, and in case 1, average test scores are same in each of the school. Take another example. Like a study was conducted among the men for the age group 18 to 25. Okay, to assess the effect of SES, that is social economic status, on BMI. So here the social economic status are divided as lower, middle and higher, as you can see on the screen. Now from each we have taken is what? Sample. Okay. Now here the sample size is not same. And we are calculating is what? Sample mean for each of the cases. Now here there is a great variation between the sample mean. So what we are doing is we are rejecting the null hypothesis, that is there is a great difference between the average ages of the social economic status and the BMI. This is what we can conclude from this example. Nextly, this ANOVA is being of two types, one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. Now, for testing this hypothesis, we are going to see the F statistic value while we are analyzing ANOVA. Like for t-test, we are seeing the t value for testing the means. Similarly, for ANOVA, for testing the variance, we are going to see is what? F test. Okay, so it can be, this ANOVA can be of two types, that is one way and two way. Now to simply understand what is the basic difference between these two types of ANOVAs, I have taken here an example of walrus and their weight. Now walrus and their weight, the researcher or the adventurous researcher, they want to know the answer for this question, that do these walrus wait more in early or late mating season. So now mating season, it ranges for walrus from December to March. So they have taken is what? From March to December. So from December to March. Now what researchers will be doing is they will be analyzing the weights of this walrus from December to March, that is from December, January, February and March, that is 4 months. So these 4 months are nothing but 4 groups. Okay, these 4 months are nothing but 4 groups and weight of the walruses. So this is known as what? One-way ANOVA, because here the dependent variable is weight and one independent variable, that is month. But in the second case, that is two-way ANOVA, what happens is the adventurous researchers want to know that the mating season for these walruses are different or they are same in all the months. It depends on gender or not. So here the two independent variable comes to be into consideration, that is gender and month. So in the first case, one-way ANOVA, we will be having independent variable as month and dependent variable as weight. While in the two-way case, what we have is independent variable as month and gender and dependent variable as weight. So this is how the basic difference between one-way and two-way ANOVA. So let us make it clearer. We can see here one-way ANOVA versus two-way ANOVA. While from the definition we can see that one-way ANOVA allows you to test one or more or make comparisons between the means of 3 or more than 3 groups. While for the two-way ANOVA, it will allow you to compare the means of 3 or more groups of data where these two independent variable will be there, like gender and month. Now here the number of independent, here it is in one-way ANOVA 1, that is only month. Okay, and in two-way ANOVA it is 2, that is gender and month. Nextly, what is being compared in one-way ANOVA is 3 or more groups of an independent variable on a dependent variable. While in two-way ANOVA, the effect of multiple groups, okay, the effect of multiple groups of two independent variables on dependent variable means here the multiple groups is what? Your months, the 4 months, and two independent variable is gender and month. Okay, so and in this case we are having is what? 4 months and one independent variable. Okay, now here lastly the number of groups of sample will be here 3 or more, and here in the case of two ANOVA each variable will be having what? Multiple samples. So this is a brief introduction to what is ANOVA, when it is used, what are its assumptions. So it is very important test to know for any analyst for doing research or any kind of work while we are analyzing any of the things. So computing this ANOVA in SPSS I will be covering in the further lecture. Okay.